The last decade has seen substantial growth in rubbish separation, and many governments have agreed to increase domestic waste recycling. Did Hong Kong residents do their duty to separate garbage and play a part in protecting the earth? Although the mindset of being environmentally friendly is growing, we believe people will keep their rubbish separate by category. We will do different measures.
Let's look at the below graphs. First, we will talk about the average daily domestic waste per household. According to the government recent statistics, the average daily domestic household waste in 2020 is 6,992 tons per day. We mark it as TBD in short form within all the graphs. From the bar chart, we can tell that we have divided the districts into 4 regions, including outlying islands, Hong Kong Island, Kowloon, and new territories excluding outlying islands. Another bar chart shows the total municipal solid waste disposed at landfills from 2016 to 2020. The graph shows the change of TBD within 5 years. The amount of waste have increased from 10,345 to 10,809 tons per day. Now let's talk about the disposal of total solid waste at landfills between 2016 to 2020, which those pie charts contain different categories of waste, like domestic waste, commercial and industrial waste, overall construction waste, and special waste. The amount of municipal solid waste equals to the sum of the 2 categories, domestic waste and commercial and industrial waste. According to the above data, it shows that the majority of the total solid waste were formed by municipal solid waste, and it increases from 67.5% to 73.3% in the past 5 years.
So which kind of waste do you think is the most common form of waste disposal?
I think it is plastic. Yeah, some plastic bag and plastic straw or something like that.
Why is it important to reduce the amount of waste produced?
As waste are not biodegradable, and they will remain in the nature for many years. So it may cause a huge, serious pollution among the world. You can know that just like the ocean pollution, just something the sea animals they can they can eat the plastic bag and cause so many damage.
What measures can be taken in order to tackle the increasing amount of domestic waste?
I think reduce the number of rubbish bin can help the problem that people may not throw the rubbish in everywhere. That can reduce the disposal in Hong Kong.
Do you usually recycle or reuse sustainable products, and why?
I start to practice this scheme now because my friend told me that the plastic we generate harm the earth so much. So I would collect the plastic bags or plastic package to recycle.
How do you practice proper waste disposal?
I think I may tell my friend to recycle together so we can encourage each other.
With all the data we gathered, the key findings are summarized in this section. The first part of the survey at finding out the environmental knowledge of Hong Kongers, while 58% of interviewed think plastic is the most common waste disposal, following up with food of 22% and paper of 16% and 4% of the others. The second part focused on one's environmental knowledge as well, with over 92% answered to protect the earth, while 6% answered preserve natural resources and 2% answered to save money. regard on the measures can be taken by the government in order to reduce the amount of domestic waste. Nearly half of the respondents suggest to set up food waste tax just like the other countries, and 37% of the respondents suggest to reduce the amount of bins in the street, and 10% suggest to add recycled bins. Lastly, respondents were asked to name the major difficulties and hindrances implementing waste separation practice in their daily life. Results revealed that too inconvenient topped the list, with nearly half of the respondents mentioning it. Reasons like always forgot and not enough knowledge from the next tier, as mentioned by 21% and 22% of the sample respectively. In order to prove our hypothesis, people will not separate their rubbish by category. We record the domestic waste in our home for 7 days and calculate the mean waste at the same time, count the most frequent waste appeared in the bin, and calculate the approximate percentage composition of a household waste. For test household 1, we got 2.8 kg mean weight. For test household 2, we got 1.9 kg. And for test household 3, we got 2.7 kg, while the mean for the 3 household is 2.4 kg. By gathering the 3 test household, none of the above will separate their rubbish by category. The results of the experiment revealed that 75% of households disposed of food debris as waste, 7% disposed of plastic materials as waste, 6% disposed of paper as waste, 4% disposed of personal hygiene products as waste, and 8% is others.
After conducting the results of the experiment, we discovered that the daily average domestic waste per household calculated in the experiment have about 2.3 kg. According to the given statistics, it can be calculated that the average domestic waste produced by each household per day is around 2.6 kg. It shows that the results of our experiment and the government statistics matches. The matching results tells us that each household did produce more than 2 kg wastes per day. Hong Kong, as a hustle and bustle city, people mostly have long working hours. After they went back home, they might not have the energy to do extra work to separate their waste into different categories, and decided to leave all waste in the same bin. This could help explain why there are a lot of waste per household daily, as some recyclable or reusable waste were treated like normal waste. To conclude, we should consider the problem of rising daily domestic waste, as there is a potential that our landfill will suffer from overflow issue within the next decade. Government can try out different policies such as introducing rubbish tax or decreasing the amount of rubbish bin.
As it turned out, our hypotheses at the beginning were correct. In the words of Felix Guattari, unless humanity undergoes a radical consideration of itself, there is a risk that there will be no more human history. To save our city as well as our Mother Earth, actions are needed to deal with the accumulating junk.